G'day, I'm Graham. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to start building my Scalextric Pro Performance kit of a Lola Aston Martin LMP1. Now the kits were made by Scalextric in about 2010. They made 4 kits, the Lola, a Audi R8 and I think it was a Chev Monte Carlo or something like that, a NASCAR of the time anyway, and a Aston Martin DBR9. Now we have 3 of the Aston Martin DBR9s in the cupboard and they're brilliant race cars, all set up slightly differently because you have the options with these kits with motors and gears to set them up the way you like them. So they're all there, and they're some of our best performing cars. They really are great. So this is the one we've got. It's the Aston Martin, as I say, Lola Aston Martin. It comes with body, chassis, of course, body screws of different lengths, so you can get body float and things if you need it. Aluminium wheels for the rear, tyres, grub screws, ball race bearings and holders for the rear. So there, that's brilliant. 5 different axles of some different varying lengths. They are a thicker axle than normal, so to use them elsewhere is going to be a bit problematic because I don't know whether you can get bushings to run them in, but anyway, we'll see about that in the future. You get 5 spur gears and supposedly 5 pinion gears, but this particular one, the bag had been open and I've got 10 pinion gears, so I'm quite happy with that. The motors, it runs 3 motors. The first one is the yellow motor, which is a 20,000 RPM motor, fairly standard. The second one, the orange motor, is a 25,000 RPM, and I'm running that in a couple of my cars where I've burnt out motors recently, the original Scalextric motors, and I've placed these in and they go very well. And the others are the 30,000 RPM motor, the blue one. I haven't run that because my track's a bit small. I think my son is intending to run that in his version of this car, so that'll be interesting. We'll see. All right, well, we'll get into it and start putting it together. We're going to get out of the box and start work on the chassis. So we'll do that now and see what we've got. Right. Remove the chassis from the box. Yeah, throw it away. Right, so the chassis comes front axle, guide, motor. Now that's where our first decision comes as to which motor are we going to run. This one's running the 20k motor. My son's building his as well as I'm building this one, and I'm sure he'll go and run the 30k motor that comes with it, but I think I'll be a little more conservative and might run the 25k. My track's a bit narrow and small, so I don't think it'll the 30k will give him much advantage at all. So I think we'll swap that one for the 25. In the Scalextric kits, the yellow is the 20, the orange is 25, and the blue one, which I'll leave in the bag, is the 30. So we'll put him back. Now we'll undo the screw and take the guide out and get the wires off it. And being unusually smart this time, I've got a magnetic tray here to hold the screws so I don't lose any. Very unusual for me. Again, I should have taken the guide and blade off before I got this far, but really tight. Let's put that in there as well, I think. All right, now take the guide off. left to left, right to right. That's intelligent, good. We'll slide those off. Put the guide down and now remove the motor. The screws, just tight fit. And slide the motor out. Right, in the box. Now we'll take the motor we're going to use and might fit our pinion gear before we put that in. Let's see. My eyesight's not the best, so it'll be interesting. See what I did to the last lot I had. I just ran over them with a Sharpie and blackened out the numbers so that they'd at least show up. There we go, that's better. Get a better one out. Looks to be an 11 tooth to me. I think we'll go for a 9 if we can locate one. Go for a fairly standard gearing of about 9 by 27 and see how that runs. I haven't had a look at the gears to see what they did supply me with, but I presume that's about where we'll be. 9 by 27. Let's have a look at this one. Do a quick count, I think it's probably easier. 3, 6, no, that's an 8. It's an 8 tooth. Put it aside, we'll go again. Sure to be one in here. What have we got here? 3, 6, 9, 10. That's a 10. We'll get there eventually. Maybe this one. 3, 6, 9. That's more like it. That's what we wanted. So I don't have any fancy pullers or anything to put these on with, so just going to be gently hold the back of the motor and push him on until we get into about where we want him. We can see where we need him when we get the spur gear in, or the crown on these, isn't it? Yes. Right. So we'll see how that goes. Now we'll wire our guide and put him back in. This will just be the first part of this because I haven't even ordered the decals for it yet, and I certainly have to go and get some paint. So it'll be a slow process, but we'll get there. There we are. That's good. I need to secure those wires down in the future. That's going pretty well, so I'll even put the blade back on now. Put the guide plate on, which you can remember was very tight to come off, so it'll be very tight to go on. Right, so there we go. The front axle on this one is fixed in place, so there's not much you can do with it, but there's not a lot of movement there either way, so I think it'll be pretty good. Right, now we've got all the gears spread out, we need to select some axles and an axle and go from there. Quite odd with these kits that they come with a thick axle. I was going to use some in another build I'm contemplating, but on inquiries I can't get rear bushings for them, so I don't know. Not sure why we started out with such a selection of axles, but anyway, here we are. We've got three lengths, I think, of axle. Let's have a look and see what we need. That's probably what we're looking for. I'll take the wheels and just check that out. Right. There's an aluminium wheel with a grub screw in the middle. So, in fact, two grub screws on these. So they're not off centre, not weighted off centre or anything. So we'll slide this axle in. That's as far as it goes. We'll sit it there. Put one on the other side and just check it. But I think I don't think there's really much chance of using a narrow axle in these. I think they're pretty well the wide axle. Right, one. Yes, you wouldn't want any narrower axle than that, I wouldn't think. Good, okay, so that's the axle we'll go with. Just going to run the calipers over those axles and just see what thickness they are. It's just 2.84 now, yeah, 2.85s I think they are, from memory when I checked them the other day. Yeah, so they're a much thicker axle than the normal one, and as I say, I couldn't find where I could get any bushings to fit them. So interesting. Now that's the hub for the crown gear. So let's go and look and see what we've got in the way of crown gears. Read the numbers, which we can't, of course. Yep. There we go. 27 tooth. That's good. That's what we thought we might run. So let's take him. Now the interesting thing is that I've got these rings that came in the pack. Now what they do, I don't know. They don't seem to fit over anything. So I'm not sure what their purpose in life was. I certainly can't find a use for them. So anyway, we'll slide that on the axle. Just get a rough idea of how we... That's about right, I think. Now, what we need to do is set up our bearings. Where's the other? There he is, down the bottom of the bag. Two bearings. It's a pity about these axles because I'm going to have a whole heap of them left over. There's 4 axles left in there now, I've got 3 kits, so that's probably 12 axles I've got laying around that seem to be of no use to me. It's a very interesting arrangement. So now these bearings go into these little green bearing holders, retainers. Let's see what we can work out. Make an axle. The bearing. Right. Let's try that with the other one. There we go. And now let's see if we can get him on. That's better. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. We'll put some grub screws in a minute and tighten things up. Now we've got them both lined up. We can ease them in there. Right. Yeah, beautiful. The axle's swinging nicely. The pinion ground gear is pretty good there. So we'll take this Allen key. Adjust all this later, but it's just a bit of a guide as to where we go. More grub screws. And one on the other side. Some interesting little bits in this bag here. I'm not sure what half of them are for because there's no instructions. 2 little chrome bits there, maybe the fuel caps, fuel fillers. I do not know. Cannot say. It'll be interesting. See if we use half of the bits. I'll be surprised. Right, that's good for now. Then we get this one on. Then we'll see how we actually Feels better. Right, now we can put the tyres on that and see what she looks like. Now, that looks pretty damn good. So it has got a digital door on it. I don't know whether the other ones I had did or not. Anyway, I've got bits and pieces here everywhere that I do not know what I'm going to do with. There's a couple of screws in there that no idea what they're for, unless they're spares for the guide, but I don't know. There's no adjustments to tighten up anything, so interesting. Alright, so that's the gears, that's the motor. We've still got a bag full of mirrors and fuel caps and other bits that I don't know what they are. If we can find a place for them, we'll put them on. If we can't, we'll just have to go without, I suppose. Anyway, we'll work that out at some stage. Now, let's take the body up there and sit it on and have a look and see how that's going to look. Right, here we go. Now we've got the body off. We can have a look and see how it sits on there. Okay, so now set the body. Starting to look as right. Now obviously something goes in there because there's a little click in there, so that's good. That's some of the parts I can't work out what they're doing. Yeah, that should look quite nice when it's finished. I've got a colour scheme in mind, which is not one they came in, but yes, they came in a Golf livery, which as I've said before, I'm not the greatest fan of, so we'll find another livery for it. And I've got been on to Paddo's and I've found some decals he's got there, which should make it look interesting, I hope. I'll just have to order them now and see what they do look like. We'll call that the end of part 1. So in part 2 we'll paint the body, paint the interior, do all the fiddly little bits that need doing on the body, and if I get round to ordering the decals, we might even have those on and have it finished, and we'll certainly run some laps with it and see how it goes. So if you like this sort of content, please like, subscribe and comment, and we'll get back to you again shortly.